Have you ever watched a game where one team comes out super dominant, where it pretty much seems like it's over right as it starts? Like they've scored so many touchdowns, scored so many baskets, scored so many goals, whichever sport, right? They just came out super aggressively and it seems like it's over right from the beginning. That's ultimately what you need to be doing when it comes to preparing for your retirement goals, especially early in your career. Early, you have a longer time horizon, 20s, 30s, 40s, depending on when you're looking at retiring, because the longer it's going to take for you to retire, the more risk you can take early in your career. But the premise behind this is you could take on more risks because if you look, for instance, at the S&P 500 index, right, from the inception of time until now, you of course will see downturns, but the market usually averages out, right, anywhere between 8 to 12%. Of course, on the flip side of things, if you look at a team that was behind, later in the game, they now are forced to be much more aggressive. And their margin of error is probably slim to none. So if they make any mistakes, it could put them even further down in a hole, and now they have no option of winning this game. Similarly, as you get closer to retirement, if you're not close to what your balance really needs to look like for you to really fund your retirement as you'd like, then you're now forced to either contribute more, and you probably find that restrictive, unless it is that you would have had a drastic increase in your salary, because your expenses aren't going away, right? So if there is no drastic increase in your salary, then you're now forced to try to take on more risk to try to get higher returns, where, like we spoke of before, with more risk means you ultimately could lose, which now forces you to push your retirement timeline even longer to try to recoup from the losses. We saw that happen even recently. Now, I've put on my website, I'll put the website in the description, but I put on my website an investment calculator, which gives you the option to play with the numbers to see exactly, kind of project where your retirement balance could look like, depending on the contributions that you're putting in, the returns that you're getting, right, and your time horizon. It's not costing you anything to just take a look at it. Now, in terms of where you need to be putting your money to get the kind of returns that you're looking for, you probably will need to have a conversation with an advisor. That's something that I can help you with. But go on my website, play with the numbers, see exactly where you're projecting to be when you decide to retire, and let me know if I can help.